Yeah. Welcome to Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We're still right here in the heart of Corona season. I know it's been challenging weeks. We got a great show planned for you guys tonight. Tonight we'll be discussing something that's real near and dear to me. Uh, Stop asking for things you can do yourself. And I really want everybody kind of chime in with a nice show because I think if the more we can get people to kind of come to that the point where you can look at why things aren't happening for me a certain way, and I'm waiting and asking all the time. I think people can be a lot further along than than they are, instead of just waiting for people to do certain things. So again, that's tonight's show. We'll be discussing um, stop asking for things you can do for yourself. I'm trying to let everything. I got the live feed going on I'm at the lab here at the house, so I'm trying to give everybody a chance to kind of come on the live stream with both Facebook and also Instagram. So I'm just trying to give everybody the opportunity to come on in for the show. Um, so give me bear with me 1 second. Just want to give everybody to come in on the live feed. I'm trying to get this in. Okay. With that. All right. Okay, with everything, again, tonight's show we'll be discussing stop asking for things you can do yourself. And me being former military, this is one of the things I'm kind of hard on with a lot of folks, especially my kids. By asking for certain things that you can do for yourself, because a lot of times we know life isn't going to be privileged all the time. We'll have things given to us, and a lot of things you have to work hard for to make happen for yourself. So this is going to be a great show. As always, first I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab. I know him and Slick 316 are remotely producing everything and running the boards and stuff. Matter of fact, I see Slick 316 came in on the Facebook stream and everything. Tell you guys I appreciate you guys and stuff. The show's going great and everything. A lot I got to do to a lot of stuff that they're doing for me. Also, all the family at Misfits Radio, Misfits Media Group. Shout out to everybody with their shows. Also, big shout out to my assistant Joni for all the help and everything. So, no, I appreciate everybody, and I want everybody to remain safe while we're going through everything. As always with each show, we start off, rehash my previous week. Where we at still with everything with the coronavirus. So I'm gonna just give everybody the normal spiel in regards to staying safe, practice social distancing, wash your hands, all the stuff we learned in pre-K. Make sure we continue to do those things and everything. Also, yesterday was the release of the IRS getting stimulus checks, and it was like total mayhem everywhere. I released a video through Mr. Short Dollar where I was talking about, because a lot of places I was looking on the news were going crazy because people were stressing, saying that preparers had kept their check, and I gave an in-depth explanation on Mr. Short Dollar entitled "Did my tax preparer steal my stimulus check?" And I gave a straight explanation exactly what's going on, why people hadn't received their stimulus checks, what had happened with the IRS, and even with most of the preparers. Let me kind of turn this a little bit. Like I said, I'm at the home office in the lab here and everything, so we're not at the studio. So some of the adjustments I got to make on the fly. But check out Mr. Short Dollar. Did my tax preparer steal my refund check? I think it'll be pretty informative exactly what's going on and what happened. Also, the next thing is I put the video out about the free advice that I'm giving out. I don't think you got to do with the consultant link. I got the everything going as always. On each video, I have a link where you can book a free consultant appointment. I'm giving free 10-minute sessions to anybody to book. They usually, I think, from Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I think 8 to 9 in the morning, 7 to 8 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, where you can book an appointment for 10-minute session. Ask me free advice. Also, because I did a live stream on yesterday, well, maybe Tuesday or went yesterday. But what I'm planning is every Tuesday, haven't X'd out the time yet, I'll be streaming out free advice, and I make sure I put the information out probably this weekend. I'll just hash out an hour more than likely every Tuesday, probably from 7 to 8 or 6 to 7, something like that, where I give out free advice where you can just tune in to this is gonna be on both my personal pages. The Deonte Burden on Facebook and also my Instagram page, Deonte_77, where you'll be able to, just reach me personally and just give them free advice. So these are people that are looking at the show. Normally you can get it and also on the YouTube channel, but I'm gonna give you the opportunity to go on my free, my regular personal page to that Facebook and Instagram to be able to reach out to me, and just ask me questions also. Um, what was I about to say? The next thing, as always, remember all the links to my personal Instagram, the personal Facebook, they're on as a link at the bottom of each video, so you have access to go to it and book it. The next thing here, this is very, very important, everybody. I'm trying to build my email list. So with that said, usually when you go to most of my websites, you're able to see a pop-up will come up after your name and email address. But I need you guys putting in, sending me, inboxing me, emailing me your email address. On just again on each video, this one and also the one on YouTube, you'll see the link building the email address. Hit it, put your name, your email address. And the reason why we're trying to do this is because I got so many things coming out. That's being the monthly newsletter, quarterly newsletter, where we're getting you free financial advice, keep you abreast of what's going on in the world from a financial standpoint, personal finance standpoint, all the different products we got, the different speaking events that I may have and everything, the courses and stuff, just keep you abreast of everything. So please, 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 we're really trying to build out that email list. So if you can, as soon as possible, make sure you go hit the link, put in your information in regards to your email address. We really want to get that information put in there. The last thing is we got Project 500 going on for Mr. Short Dollar. I want to challenge everybody because right now I think we have 190 subscribers with Mr. Short Dollar. We hit the 3,000 mark for Change Your Lives the week before last. I want to hit 500 subscribers for Mr. Short Dollar. We're at 190 right now. So I'm asking, pleading, everybody go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. We got Project 500 going, so I'm going super aggressive right now to get 500 subscribers by the end of April. So everybody, stop what you're doing or what you're doing the video. Well, now stop what you're doing. Go to your YouTube channel, subscribe to Mr. Short Dollar. Okay, that's what I need you guys doing because that's Project 500. That's our goal from the 15th to the 30th. I'm going to be super aggressive to get 500 subscribers for Mr. Short Dollar. Got a lot of great information. Matter of fact, the video I have about the stimulus check, if you put that in for where's my stimulus check and my prepared stimulus check, I'm ranked #1 on YouTube right now. You see my big head popping up, looking all upset and everything about the stimulus check. But my video right now is ranked #1. So we want to continue being aggressive, continue to grow Mr. Short Dollar, and most importantly, continue to give you guys great personal finance, business, and entrepreneurial information. So please, please, please get a chance, go to Mr. Short Dollar. If you're watching Change Your Lives on YouTube, please make sure you hit the like button and everything so we can get those algorithms going, get more people tuning into the live feed. And now for the proceed to tonight's show. And again, tonight's show we're going to be discussing stop asking for things that you can do for yourself. Again, it's a Change Live hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Over 200 videos we got between that and Mr. Short Dollar, but I think it's 180 videos we have on Change Your Lives. Subscribe to it, like the videos, leave comments and everything, give feedback. I don't ever look at what's good or bad feedback. Whatever I can get, I take it from you guys, and I appreciate it. But tonight's show, I'm super excited about it. And the reason I want to discuss this in terms of doing for yourself. I think where we're at it right now in this day and age, you got so many people asking for things or really not even taking initiative to do things for themselves. So I really want to kind of shed light on how many people probably are so quick to ask before they do themselves, and just want to, reiterate, it's nothing wrong with asking for things. I don't want to kind of get that, if you need things, you're in a dire situation and you need assistance, you need help, I plead to you, please go get the help. But don't make help plan B. Make help, asking for help more so plan D or E. Don't just be so quick to jump out of it. So I just want to put that personal challenge. And that's the premise for tonight's show. And just with starting everything out, what had me thinking was, just going back to slavery times, right? And you think about the slaves, majority, when they had the idea, hey, listen, I want to escape slavery and I want to get to freedom. And majority of these slaves have spent their entire lives on the plantation. Nothing else but just picking cotton, cooking food, washing this, that, and that, whatever, getting whipped there. That's all they knew. But they knew that there was an opportunity for freedom by escaping. And the only thing that they had to go by was the North Star. Think about this. You have never been out of that area your whole life. I'm talking about a slave plantation. You may have went to town if there were a town, but you're deciding to leave that life for freedom. And the only thing you have to help you out is a northern star that you can only see at nighttime. Think about it. No guide, no map, no kind of system, no damn GPS. Think about that. We freak out right now when we can't even Google a place. And you're talking about people leaving. Majority of them ain't got no damn shoes. You seen the movies, they have burlap clothes and all that kind of stuff and everything, Hey, you see everybody going crazy for now. They definitely didn't have any damn tissue. They just had leaves and lace. That's all. Leaves and lace. They weren't complaining about tissue. And with that said, they're going for the promise of freedom and a better life with going up north and just using that northern star. No kind of help. No one asked, was just taking upon themselves. Like I said again, imagine how frightening that is. And when we start going back to, again, I just imagine, I just said, people freak out because they can't find things on Google. When we can't find, I've been guilty of myself, just can't find my damn car keys, spazzing out and stuff like that. You can just think about all the stuff that people took upon themselves to do that. I mean, just being super resilient. And we have definitely went backwards in terms of resiliency and being and taking initiative with doing things. If you just, I really thought about that again. We read about slavery, we talk about it a lot, but I really don't think we, really just, concentrate on how magnificent those people were in regards to, just some of the stuff that they took on and some of the stuff they did just to escape slavery and everything. So again, just look at it in terms of just having that North Star, and even during the daytime, still traveling that same path to go to freedom. I mean, that's say a lot. Can read, can write, nothing. Just using the North Star at nighttime. And what it took to just, to take upon themselves to do that. So that's why I want to be with the premise of tonight's show. Again, we're talking about don't ask for things that you can get for yourself. Because I think far too often now, people are really doing, really, freaking out. When they feel like somebody can't give them something or do something for them, and I really want to kind of just shed light on that, Again, it's a Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Go to the YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe to the videos we have there. Also, make sure you check out Mr. Short Dollar. Remember, we got Project 500 going on right now. We're trying to get 500 subscribers. So please make sure you do that. Also, make sure you inbox us. You'll see on the pages where you can hit the link to build the email list. Also, we're really trying to get that email list built out so we can keep you guys abreast on some of all our future endeavors we got going on. Again, let me kind of get that premise not premise, but the prerequisite that I don't see nothing wrong with asking if you're in need. I don't want to give a message out that if a person is really in need, a person needs help, don't ask. Again, I am saying if you need help or something like that, don't let you asking somebody be the first option. So, that's what one thing I do want to bring up. I don't want to get that message about don't ask people for help if you need it. But I am saying don't be the first thing to do is ask people to do it before you even try to do it yourself. And I bring that up because me being former military, we push a lot about being self-sufficient, and the spirit of this show is kind of centered around self-sufficiency, being able to do for yourself, create for yourself. Um, because again, you think about the early pioneers and settlers, how people just come to a foreign land, didn't know nothing, and just took it upon themselves to do for themselves. And you see right now, man, people act like if certain things can't happen for them, if certain opportunities are not created for them, they have lost their damn mind. We are you have right now have an opportunity to do a lot of great things for yourself. And I think a lot of times people are focusing on the things they can't do. But this show here, we're going to focus on more challenging that and refocusing on the things you can do for yourself. You can't control if your job is going to close and everything, or if they're going to lay people off. A lot of that stuff, I mean, you come from management, maybe market determined or whatever, and you just might be in a bad situation. But you can control yourself preparing for certain things. You can control putting yourself in a position where you're prepared, or you have different skill sets or different talents that you can use to monetize and also be able to cover yourself. So you hear the whole old adage, buy a man a fish, eat for the day, teach a man to fish, eat for a lifetime. I mean, people know it and people recite it, but most folks still don't know how to damn fish. Matter of fact, they don't even know how to put a worm on a hook. And so I think that people get that confused because just going to work every day, that's the equation, but it's not. It's really equipping yourself with as many talents as possible. That don't mean because you know how to cut hair or you know how to cut grass, you got to have a lawn service, or you got to be a barber. It means you got the skill. So if you need it, you can use it. So with that said, we're talking with today's show. We're discussing stop asking for things you can do for yourself. First, I want to kind of go into like the danger of waiting. When we start talking about the danger of waiting, I hear a lot about people say we're going to wait to hear this and wait to hear that. This whole stimulus check. When I was sitting there looking at the news yesterday, everybody going ballistic about the preparers were stealing their money. Please check out that video on Mr. Short Dollar where I gave the whole explanation. If you guys don't know, I should have brought it up. I am a tax accountant by profession. I've been in business 19 years. I'm on Majestic Business Services. I talk about the company, near the end of the show. But I gave a whole in-depth explanation on the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. I got it pasted up on Facebook as well. What happened with the stimulus checks? Your preparers didn't steal the check. It was just an error from the IRS that caused a lot of that. But when I'm talking about the danger of waiting, people sitting around waiting for that $2,400 check, and they see the economy tanking and tanking and tanking and tanking, and wait for this money to come in, waiting for your unemployment check. And it's very, very extremely dangerous to be waiting for things to happen for you in life. It's extremely dangerous. You never know, when the cavalry come, and even when the damn cavalry come, you don't know if they're gonna come to save you. You don't even know if they're gonna have enough people. Again, like I said, I'm former military. You sitting there, you can be in a firefight and things are going on, and you wait for backup to come, and you got 100 people attacking you, and then when backup come, hell, they bring 5 people. You already got 10. They bring less than what you already got. So you don't even know when the help comes, it's going to be enough. But you just sitting there waiting it. And one of the biggest things we learn, like in grad school, time is a new currency. So when time is spent, you can't get it back. So that time you sitting there waiting for somebody to do something for you, or bring you something, or the opportunity to come, and it never comes. But most importantly, you can't get that time back. Any dollar you lose, you can make that dollar back potentially. But every second, minute, hour, day that you lose, you can't get it back. So that's why I say it's so dangerous to sit there and wait for things to happen for you, because far too often you see people do that a lot, where they put off, for today, put off today what they can do tomorrow and everything. And when they do that and the stuff don't work, it's a lot of danger with that happening. Let me see this. Let's put it as a stimulus check in advance on your taxes next year that the government would get back for you the next year. It's more so like a credit to be applied to your 2020 taxes. I would ask for the stimulus advance is more credit to be applied the next year. Again, I think I put in not the video last week, but I think I may have went into depth about it, about the stimulus check in the video I did about 2 weeks ago. on the Mr. Short Dollar, but it's more of a credit to be applied to your 2020 taxes. And I'm sorry, looking at the YouTube channel. Okay, but that's one of the things, like I said, with the danger of just waiting on people to help you and wait for opportunities to come. You know, you can be waiting forever. Well, the government gonna bring us this. They say, you know, when the Ford plant open up, they'll be hired and all that kind of stuff. Then when the Ford plant open it up, they got 20 robots sent out, and then they need technicians to run the plant. You don't know what's gonna happen. You do know that you got 2 arms, 2 legs. If you do, you know, whatever you have, and you know that, and you're in total control of that. Like I always say, control your controllables. Do not sit there and wait. It is so dangerous to wait for people to make a decision or give you something. We got to get out of that. Okay. So again, take it upon yourself to take that initiative to find out some things. You know, just kind of be, forecasting and kind of digging some stuff up in regards to, what you can and cannot do, what you qualify, what you don't qualify for. I know the job market is real bleak right now, so I'm not finna sit here and say, if you don't have a job, be looking for a job, and if nobody hiring. You can't control that, but you can control, again, what you can equip yourself with and how to pivot off of that. Okay, if you have to sit here and try to find things and have opportunities right now, do that. If it seems bleak, it's going to seem bleak. Nobody says it's going to be easy, but definitely don't sit around and wait for certain things to come to you. Got a question came up. The Small Business Administration has ran out of money for the small business loan. So this goes to say waiting on them to help you business is not good. That's a perfect point. A lot of times, and I'm going to make a video in regards to this by the SBA. A lot of programs ran out of money. They're putting that out on the news today. A lot of people were slow to move to ask for those loans. A lot of folks didn't. This goes back to thinking, okay, my business is going to pick up, or my business is doing okay, so I don't need to get in the money. Like I tell people, you crazy as hell if you think that you ever, whatever point you are in life, don't ever feel that you're comfortable or feel you good at any time. Because again, I think there are a lot of people that were a month ago were good and they ain't good now. So don't ever feel like you're good. So we got programs that actually, especially what was really unique about what just happened with the SBA and all these government programs, they were giving out cash without even doing the normal validation process of being credit, credentials, collateral. They were just giving out money. So that's why I told any client of mine, it behooves you to go on and apply for this money, because hopefully we never have to go through anything like that again, but you will hardly ever see another time where the government was just giving out tons of cash just if you say, I got a business. Oh, and then you had to have some things in order. You had to be a legitimate business. You had to show proof of payroll and things like that. And if you just want to you had a side hustle, you didn't really have a legitimate business, okay, cool. You can't really trip on that. But if you had a business, you had all your ducks in a row, and you really, like I said, they didn't do the normal scrutiny as far as credit checks, the normal federal lending practice scrutiny that they go through. And trust me, I got SBA loans. It's like going through open heart surgery, brain surgery, whatever kind of surgery you can think of, because you got to go through all kind of stuff. A stack of papers this thick instead of a normal loan where, you just feel like a couple of papers. Government loans are hell to get. And for them to just offer that kind of money and people didn't take advantage of, that's a great point. You don't think that you got time. Don't think that you got time. I get on my son about it all the time. Man, I'm young, I got time. You don't have time, because when you think you got time, you think you got other opportunities, and you don't have that, because opportunities come and go. The opportunities you putting off that you maybe can get later on, somebody else took advantage of it. It may not ever come again. So I think that's a great point to bring up with that. The next thing I want to bring up in regards to, again, with tonight's show, we're discussing stop at some things you can do yourself. And we're talking a lot about being self-sufficient, self-reliancy, doing things for yourself. And don't be so quick to ask for things when you can do it, when you can take it upon yourself to get things done. Okay. The next thing, we just talked about the danger of waiting. The next thing I want to discuss is some of the results of asking for things before you even try. And when you start, share. Okay. Some of the, Alicia Hudson, I see you said share. I don't know if you asked me a question, you asked me to just keep talking. But just let me know. But the show should be able to be shared. One of the producers I think it should be shared, but it's in the page. It should be open up, be shared. But if not, one of our producers, they should be able to make it where it's shareable or not. Um, the next, like I said, the next thing we want to discuss is the results of asking for stuff before you even try it. Okay, this is something that I think we encounter a lot, especially with younger people. They ask for, can you give me? Okay, cool. Uh, Slick said you can share it, so it should be shareable. So if you share it, make it as a watch party, share it on your personal page. I would really, really, really appreciate that. Again, the next thing we're talking about the results of asking for stuff before you even try it. And again, a lot of times with your kids, you go through that where you say, "Hey, man, go find your stuff and go try to do that," and they'll come back, "Daddy, it didn't work." You mean it didn't work? Well, I tried. And they ain't tried. They ain't gave not one damn bit of effort to trying to do it at all. And then they come back, look, son, go do it again. Come back 30 seconds later. Well, Dad, I look for it. I can't do it. You like, look, and you about to forget it's your kid. You about to call them an MF or something like that, and you got to just look, go do it for yourself. And a lot of times, kids, we had to force that upon them to try to look for something or try to do something before you come ask for assistance. It's kind of like with your baby. When your baby first start walking and they start taking a stumble or two, if you're real quick to go grab them and everything like that, they may just always kind of look for, hey, mama, catch me before I fall, daddy, grab me. But if they fall and they look at you and they get a look like, you gonna damn help me? Like, you still focus on ESPN and everything. The child usually just stands up. They might yell or scream. Next thing you know, they get up and take it upon themselves. And that's typically how it is, as they grow up. When they make mistakes, again, you don't want your kid to get burned or anything like that, make some kind of huge mistake, anything like that. A lot of you can't control because they have a brain and they do things what they want to do. But definitely you don't want to be so quick to step in to make it where it's second nature for them to ask and expect you to do certain things for them. And that's one of the things, a lot of adults, they ask for things, before they even have made an honest attempt to try to do things. And with that said, you kind of stagnate yourself, in terms of your personal growth when you can do it. Because a lot of times, you start a job and you're working at the job, and people give you certain tasks, certain things to do, and you might not notice, but folks always look at you from a distance, see how long it takes you to do something, see if you got somebody got to come behind you and make corrections, see the speed of it, how long it take you to pick it up, and most importantly, are you going to be trying to come back and forth to them, to do things for you? That's one of the biggest things. Like you're working for a job and somebody can actually give you the ropes, let you run and do your thing. Excuse me, and they don't have to worry about hey, look, D guy, they ain't got to worry about him. He got to cover. That's invaluable. That makes you invaluable as an employee. But if they know, excuse me, they got to stand over you and constantly check over you and make sure you do certain things. That's when you lose a lot of value. Now you can't change somebody on micromanage, stand over your shoulder all the time. I'm talking about somebody got to sit here and just be damn near overseer to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's when it's supposed to be understood. That's what you're done. And I think too many people uh, wait for people to jump in and offer them help and stuff like that. And I think that's one of the biggest things you have to make sure you get out of. And again, we're talking about the results of asking for stuff before you even try it. Because when you do that, again, you're gonna get yourself in a position where you're gonna quit way too easy. You're gonna quit too easy on too many stuff. As soon as you get some kind of confrontation, as soon as it gets a little difficult, you're gonna quit. You're gonna quit. And when you quit like that, you'll never ever build confidence in yourself to know you can do it. Because a lot of people they like having swag and confidence around people that know them in a certain light. But when you get around people that don't know you or people that don't view you a certain way, they kind of get timid. They don't want to take initiative. You seen all that's been around that loudmouth militant in the damn break room, always talking about he gonna cuss the supervisor out and everything. Soon the supervisor walk in the room, they all polite to the damn supervisor, ask him about the wife and kids, And everybody in the room like, hey man, what about this stuff you just damn talking about? You gonna cuss them out. Everybody knows that damn fool. He in every break room all around America. And again, that's that person that they confident around, people that they close to or people they feel like that's their peers or that's under them. But when they get around people that may be on their level or above, shit, you can't hear them talk. You constantly ask them to speak up and everything. So you have to be kind of weary of those kind of people because their energy can be contagious for you. Because you'll never, if you're around people, especially if they're mentors, like sometimes you have an older person that you can be around and you care about them, maybe your parent, maybe your uncle, maybe a somebody that you know for a long time. You look up to them, you think a lot about them, and you be like, man, why you ain't never did this or why you ain't never tried that? And they get some bullshit excuse about, well, man, white man won't let me do this. Man, I ain't gonna be able to do that. They ain't even worth it doing that. That's BS. That's BS. Now you can understand if a person say, look, man, at my age, I don't really want to do that, or I'm content with doing it. I can roll with that, and that's fair. But a lot of times people have limited their personal growth and their professional growth just by their own personal fears. They didn't believe in themselves, whatever the reason, and they'll put that shit on you because you'll sit there and say, well, look, I look up to him. That's somebody I've seen. I think a lot about my daddy. My aunt, she show up and everything like that, but they'll never let you see that side of them because it take a lot for an older person to kind of be vulnerable enough to be honest and transparent, especially with the younger generations. I appreciate my grandfather. He dead and gone now, but he was, as he got older, he was kind of straight up with me about uh, why he didn't do certain things. He was like, man, I was nervous. I wish I could have. And that stuck with me a lot because I could really see the pain in his eyes when he started talking about the stuff he wished he had have done, but because he was older, really didn't have the money, kind of like on that outward tick, he couldn't attempt to do it. But he was real transparent with me doing it. Like I said, I could kind of, tell by his spirit when he was talking, he really meant it. He was just like straight up, I didn't do it. He didn't give me any BS reasons and whatever. Now, those times he might have been avoiding doing certain things. That might be one thing. But when he started sharing with me, hey man, I didn't do this, I didn't do that because I BS this, I was scared to do this, I didn't speak up, and I wish I had. Man, that's some painful stuff when you start listening to an older person start saying that kind of stuff because they really start reflecting on their lives and they got so much regret on things they didn't do. So you got to make sure and be very, very careful of that because again, I'm not saying to talk down about, people that you revere or you admire that are older than you, that are mentors, the people that you look up to, but you got to be honest about certain things, what they're doing and what they have and have not done and why they have and have not done that and stuff like that. Because you can get some BS reasons. You like, that don't sound right and everything. So, just be kind of cognizant of that. But I think most importantly, people, is that when you don't try stuff before you are quick to ask people, you start creating limitations on people's expectations for you. Again, I said you create those limitations on what people expect from you. People will always look at you as, the guy that can turn the wrench, the young lady that can only type. They don't see that you have a creative mind. They don't see your potential. They don't even want to see it a lot of times from the get go. But when you just kind of, a lot of the time, the pigeonholes or the circles that we put ourselves into, we created. A lot of times because we just didn't take no kind of initiative to do things. Because when you sometimes ask for to do more stuff and you get rejected, you get in our feelings. Man, I tried to do it. They ain't want to listen to me. They can have it. No, don't stop there. Don't stop there. No one likes to get rejected. No one likes to get turned down. But if you're going to have any kind of success in life, you got your damn mind. If you think every time you get told no, that's going to be the end of it. You got to keep charging along. And when you kind of keep yourself in a position where you're always asking and you're never trying, people going to treat you like you damn near, special needs adult. He can only do this, he can only do that because they don't think that you can take any kind of initiative or whatever. Now, again, you in your mind, you could be saying to yourself, I don't want to be doing all the other tasks. I don't want to take on that new stuff and I don't want to learn it because you probably may feel that they're they may work you and not pay you enough money. They may not give you recognition. Well, because a lot, and trust me, listen, I ain't just in just running my damn mouth. I've been there, done that, folks. You know, what you gotta let every know is saying you it's saying it's saving you from something. Absolutely. We put in every know is saving you for something. And I think your skin gotta be a little thick with that because when we sit here and just kind of bounce off opportunities or whatever, and again, an opportunity may not necessarily come in a favorable picture because you got more tasks to do, you may not necessarily got more money. It may potentially put you in a better situation later. Now, again, somebody can be screwing you, but I think if you look at it from an objective eye to see, okay, listen, if this is an opportunity for me, I can advance myself, bigger picture. But that's why I put in my video. Go to Change Lives. Where I put in the video how to add value to yourself. You add value by the more skills and the more skills that you have, the more ways you can generate money for yourself and businesses. That's how you add value to yourself. So if it's a situation to add value to you, take advantage of it. If it's just a situation for them to just sweeping on the rug, that's a different thing. You open your mouth about that. But a lot of times we have opportunity to add value to ourselves. The value that we add to ourselves may, big picture wise, not add value to that company, but it may add value to you, big picture wise. If you're doing a certain thing and they got you doing a certain task that you can add back as a skill set for yourself, that's great. They may not necessarily see you as that in that company, but that's good for you. One of my best friends, the HR director, and he told me something about 15 years ago that always stuck with me. He's like, Poochie, you just got to do something one time to have experience with it. One time. If you was a man, if you've been working on on the line for 5 years, and one day the supervisor got sick, the second lead got sick, and they had you being the manager, you were the manager. It don't matter if you were there every damn day. You was the manager. You did it one time. You have managerial experience, and I think a lot of times people just don't take advantage of the opportunities that they can have in regards to, improving their sales and just be kind of resentful to a company. So I really want everybody to get out that kind of mode. Again, we're talking about stop asking things that you can do for yourself. Don't cripple your personal and professional growth by, not taking initiative and open your mouth for whatever reason. Because again, the perception to you, man, he can't do nothing but that. We ain't gonna some folks, regardless of what it is, they ain't gonna never see you for no more than just you're the worker, you're the laborer. You can only answer the damn phone. You can only, just go and pull these orders. No matter if you can have so many fresh ideas that any lead supervisor in that warehouse, hell, the warehouse manager probably can't touch you if you sit down and have a discussion with them. And a lot of times folks just can't see you no more than the guy that can pull orders. But if you don't open your damn mouth and just keep pushing it and don't stop at no. Don't stop at that little smirk they give you when you try to, stand up for yourself and ask for stuff. Don't stop at that shit. You got to keep going and keep going. Does that mean the opportunity gonna come down? No. But again, you still pushing for it. And when you keep pushing for it, that energy is gonna make you eventually push yourself to a different situation. Maybe another position in that company, or you're going to another company, or you're doing your own thing. But don't ever let no one's, negative perception of you dampen, your energy. Okay. And also, like I said, most importantly, again, I can't stress it enough. Don't limit people's expectations with you because you just don't want to take expectations for you or what you can do because you don't want to take no initiative or you don't want to just stop, beforehand or whatever. You just being so anti-establishment. And again, you just get stuck with that perception. That's all he can do. Okay. And like I said, again, a lot of us create those visuals ourselves, not intentionally. And again, it could be, people handle you a certain way, you get resentful. I understand. Totally. Been there, done that. But again, you can't, and then we'll go switch to another subject. People have to really realize this. And I think this is one of the things we even talk about even with the world of politics. You can't come in my house and sit at my table and tell me what the hell you want to do. You know where the hell you can do that. You got to build your own table, build your own house, and then you make your own damn rules. And if you choose to come in somebody's house and function in their house, you just got to roll their rules. You ain't got to let nobody disrespect you. You ain't gotta let nobody mistreat you, but y'all gotta be cognizant of this still their house. Now, while you're in a house, whatever you gaining from it, maybe experience, knowledge, or whatever, take full advantage of it. But you can't be in nobody's house complaining about, dang, this is how we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be doing that. You still in their damn house. You still at their damn table. You have no leeway to do this. So I just want people to kind of keep in mind of that where you at on the totem pole. Again, that doesn't give people the green light to mistreat you, but you gotta be real the way you at with that whole situation. Again, it's Change the Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight show we're talking about don't ask for things that you can do for yourself. And I think we have a real live discussion about the different things where we went into the different things about probably negatives more so of asking for things without trying first. And again, I think that negative stigma you can create for yourself is very important. Make sure, before I leave my mind again, I want to rehash. Make sure you go to the Change Your Life YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe to the videos there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, Mr. Short Dollar, we got Project 500, where on Mr. Short Dollar, we have we're trying to get up to 500 subscribers before the end of April. So please, please, please stop what you're doing. Go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. You'll see my gigantic head right there smiling. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. My video I put out yesterday about the did my preparedness, did my stimulus check. I looked about a couple hours ago. They had me ranked first on YouTube. I'm still trying to learn those algorithm things with YouTube. But I talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship on Mr. Short Dollar. Change the lives, what we do now. We talk about more personal development, growth, and motivation on that. But we're trying to get that Project 500, get up to 500 subscribers for Mr. Short Dollar by the end of the month. Also, most important, we're trying to build out this email list. Inbox me, email on all the videos. You see the one streaming here, the ones on YouTube. You'll see the link for submit your email address. We're trying to build that email list where we can keep you abreast from our monthly newsletter, quarterly newsletter, all the events we got going on. You know, I'm a member of Black Men United, which is a local community group here in Atlanta, where a lot of us guys are native Atlantans. We do a lot of community work in regards to back to school drives, Thanksgiving, Christmas drives, a lot of youth empowerment things. I'm a member of 100 Black Men South Metro chapter. You know, we know about the work that 100 does. We do a lot of youth mentorship, going to all the schools on the South Metro side of Atlanta. Was doing that, but I post a lot of the different endeavors that I'm doing before and during to kind of let you guys know what I'm doing in the community. Also, you know, I'm a professional speaker. You can book me for speaking events and everything. Again, I'm a professional, an accountant by profession. While I'm Majestic Business Services, I talk about Majestic at the end of the show and everything. But you know, you can tell I'm a very, very busy person. But I definitely need you people to make sure they continue to support me with both of the YouTube channels. I really, really appreciate it because I really wouldn't be where I'm at right now without you guys' support. So you guys mean a lot to me, and I can't say thank you to you enough for what you're doing. Now we're gonna pivot for a second. We're gonna switch up. We've talked about the negatives of, you know, when you're asking for stuff before trying. We talked about, you know, the dangers of waiting. Then we start talking about the results of asking for you trying. As always, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you a solution about what you can be doing to improve yourself from a personal development standpoint. Whereas you kind of been that way, you know, for a while, may have been, you know, shyness, hesitation, fearness, resentment, pissed off, whatever the reason, anti-establishment, whatever. I'm going to give you solutions on how to fix it. You know, number one, cause awareness to it, and what you can do moving forward to kind of put yourself in a better situation. And I think one of the biggest things is a lot of times people ask for stuff before they even try it. You got a lot to do with confidence. You know, how you see yourself. You know, what do you what you believe you can and can't do. We put a lot of personal limitations upon ourselves because, man, I can't do this. I ain't got time for that, this, that, and that. I think all of us have different levels of brilliancy, but I think only a few of us actually take advantage of all the different things that we can do in the world. A lot of times people sit and look at other folks and say, man, he's smart, whatever, and everything. And they'll never sit there and just think about what they're good at. I noticed one of the documentaries, they had the BMF documentary. They were talking about Big Meech, and all the guys were saying how smart this brother is. And people know I talk all the time. It takes way more damn intelligence to do things from a criminal's perspective than it does to do it from a legit way. So any brother is any kind of drug kingpin that has managed and ran any kind of criminal empire, they got to have some kind of brilliancy because to do that. But here's the kicker with all that, which sticks with me. I heard all his buddies saying the same thing. Man, he had potential to run a Fortune 500 company. Or he had all these brains to do this, that, and that. Now I think that's bullshit. Reason why I say this is because even though you can make fast money making money in the streets, if you could, that's assuming you can do something because that's a successful thing that you see. You see that somebody that's running Coca-Cola, Pepsi, General Electric. You see them, and you say, okay, man, that guy Sharp, he's running a company. This guy is just brilliant. He could have did that, and you assuming because he's smart, he could have did it, and that's BS. A lot of times, the guy that's doing this, for the most part, he didn't necessarily see himself could do that. Because if you're making $2, $3, $10 million selling dope, right? And you end up and go to jail and lose everything. But you see this damn Fortune 500 CEO. What was this, the guy? Who was that? I think the average CEO makes what, $10, $20 million a year now? Why the hell would you sell dope? If you got that kind of potential, now this is what I need people to explain to me. If you got that kind of potential and you're a drug kingpin, now I'm just saying, and you making $10 million, and I'm just throwing out numbers that highest you can make, whatever. But you can make 20 million being a CEO. Why the hell you gonna sell dope? You got opportunity, you got a chance of going to prison doing that. No, they didn't do it because they didn't have that confidence in themselves to do it. And that's just like sometimes you see, athlete, and the guy say this guy went and played Division I basketball, football, or baseball, and they'll say, well, look, man, we were little league, all us were the same, and I was just as good as him. They just, made it and I didn't. That's BS. They made it because they were Division I athletes. You may have had potential. And that's what the word we got to focus on. Because you got potential to do something, and assuming you could have did it, that's two whole damn different things. I can pull out a dollar bill. That dollar has potential to be 1 million. If I don't work it, if I don't hustle it, if I don't bustle it, it's gonna stay what? $1 damn. That's the honest to God truth. We sit there and see so many things, and we think that, hey man, I can do this, I can do that, I can be this, I can be that. You ain't gonna be shit unless you try. And I can just be straight up with you with that. You sit there and you look at, and one thing I know with myself, what I always had a problem with was being under somebody that I knew I was smarter than. Now, again, I'm a very confident person, and I come off sometimes being arrogant or whatever like that, and that's cool. I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's whoever say it problem. But I say this to say that I always push myself, and I never had resentment to a person that was over me. I followed, and I did what I was supposed to do. But I made sure I put myself in the position that they were in, because that made no damn sense for me to sit here and be complaining about I'm working on front of somebody that I know I got more damn sense than. Well, I need to be in his shoes, and let me do what I got to do to get in his position. And too many people complain and say certain things about other folks that are above them or have things that they don't have, but they don't want to acknowledge the sacrifice and the struggles and the journey that they took to get where they were. That person don't have now. Okay, even if a person got hooked up because their mom and daddy gave them a job or whatever and everything like that, they still can mess it up and blow it up eventually. It still takes something to maintain it. As fun as we feel about our president, we can say, well, hey, his daddy gave him all this, that, and that. He still could have boogered it up, And the same thing with anybody else. When you get in positions where you work hard to be in a certain place, people see where you at. They see your destination. They don't see the journey, the sacrifices, and all the stuff you gave up to get there. And I think a lot of times people just don't want to be realistic about things that they haven't done, to be in a certain position. And I just want to kind of give that person a challenge to everyone that, just imagine yourself in a certain place. You're thinking about it. You don't want to sit here and be that, handcuff or shackle on yourself before you try to do something. You know what I mean? Um, my platoon sergeant told me when I was my first duty station, he's just like, Burden, let me tell you something, son. And it always stuck with me. He said, shit seemed a whole lot more difficult than it really is before you try it. And that always stuck with me. He said, it just, things always just seem more difficult than what it is before you even try it. When you are given some kind of test or given some kind of task, and you look at it like, damn, there's a lot of stuff to do. And then we get knee deep into it, especially you figure out your little system or your way of going about it, and you get to working it and working and working and get easy. Like, damn, man, it ain't that bad. You smooth it out. Especially like I say, you get your little rhythm and system set in place. But he when he said that to me, and I need to hear that as a young man. Because again, we all some people just come out of the egg just totally confident, dun 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 dun. But I think most of us have to kind of build confidence on ourselves. I think most of us have to, have those phases of successes to build on to be a confident person and everything like that. And I think as you eventually get more and more confident, the lens that you view failures from changes. Whereas, me personally, I view failures as teaching moments. I fail what we call fail forward. When something don't work, what I do wrong, and I go back to the lab and fix it. I don't sit here and lay in the bed and dwell on it didn't work. We just gotta go back, fix it, then we hit it again another way. We'll address it. And again, I think through experiences and things like that, that's what shapes your view on that. So again, I think you have to, number one, build confidence in yourself. We're talking about asking for things for you to try. Build confidence in yourself so you can see yourself doing certain things. Because again, I think a lot of times people are a little hesitant about trying and doing things because they put personal barriers upon themselves to not even try. They'll give you a million damn reasons why something ain't gonna work, this, that, and that, but never give you a straight up and say, well, I didn't do this. They'll say why other people didn't do it, what ain't gonna happen, what is gonna happen, but they never sit here and just personally address why they didn't do it. Okay, so I want you to just build confidence in yourself. Be confident that you can do it. There's nothing in this world that you can't do. The only person that can stop you is YOU. The next thing, and I think this is very, very important, probably the most important part of when we talking about asking for things before you even try it, is being aware that your future is really crafted by the decisions you make for yourself. Again, your future is crafted by the decisions you make for yourself. I remember back in was it 96, 97? Anyway, I was in Bamberg, Germany. I had surgery on my knee. I remember this day because this was the day Tupac died. I was in physical therapy. We were sitting down. I just remember that. I don't know, that was 96, 97. I know all that around by the same time. And was in Germany, and we was in physical therapy. It was me, and I was I don't know, E4. I think I was maybe 20, 21. I can't remember. But anyway, it was a sergeant had been in there 18 years, and it was a captain had been in there, I think 5 or 6 years. And that captain, we all just sitting there shooting the breeze. And that sergeant brought up, he said to the captain, do you think it's fair for me to be in the Army twice as long as you and you make more money than me? And me, again, I'm a young guy. I had been around a lot of what we call enlisted soldiers. The captain was what we call an officer. Some enlisted soldiers, they all the culture, man, how the hell he made more money than me? I've been here all these years. He don't know nothing. He come in, he just straight out of college. He don't know it. Whatever, and he's raising hell. But what that captain said stuck with me. He didn't give no crazy answer, but I was so, it hit me right here with his response, because I had been, again, for the past previous years, I was been in the military. That's why I was here. How do officers make more money than us? And we've been in here longer. So I kind of like a resentment between the enlisted and officers. But the captain had a response to him, and the sergeant really was just sitting there looking silly. He told me, life's all about decisions. He said, listen, man, you're right. You've been in the Army twice as long as I have, and I made more money than you. At some point between now and that 17 years, even at the point I'm at now, you could decide to go to officer enlistment school. You could have went to school, got your degree or whatever, and became an officer yourself. And you've been making 2 times as much money as me. But for whatever reason, you did not decide to do that. Life's all about choices. because you didn't decide to do that when you had an opportunity. Like he said, when you at your year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you could have said, "Let me go to officer candidate school. Let me become an officer," and could have been making way more money, but you chose not to. And a lot of times we make decisions to do something or not to do something, and it affects our future. And we have to be able to own it. You got to be able to own those decisions you make or the decisions that you do not make. And people don't want to do that because it's painful. Anytime we got to look at that man in the mirror and think about things that we cause negatively us, boy, you be ready to pour you some more vodka in your cup. Like, I can't do it. You want to blame on everybody and their mama and everything. But hey, it's you. It's you. And that, I remember that Sarge couldn't say nothing. He couldn't say nothing. Because, he's 17 years. Typically, most folks do right at 20, 21, 22, but at least to 20. He close to retirement. And that had just hit him then. Excuse me, that I didn't. And I'm pretty sure that idea had ran across his mind during those 17 years, but he decided he didn't decide to take advantage of that. And that was one thing that really stuck with me. And I really want to just put a personal challenge to everybody to make sure you make decisions that you can live with, or vice versa, that when you don't you decide to do something. We have to be very, very aware of that. What's going on? I see everybody on YouTube and everything. How y'all doing? How's it going? Most folks don't want to own the mistakes or the things that they did or didn't do in life, or be able to sit here and say to themselves, "Man, I wish I they focus so much on what didn't happen for them and everything." So I just want to make sure that everyone's aware of, by not taking advantage of certain things, how they can impact you, especially from a mental standpoint. Like I said earlier in the store, not in the store, early in the show, that when you talk to an older person, man, and you start talking to them about their life, and they will start reflecting, and you start looking in their eyes and start feeling their spirit about the opportunities that they didn't take. Because people talk to you all night and be like, "Cool, man, I did this one year, I sold that, and I bought this and I bought that." Let them start running their damn mouth about what they didn't do. Let them start running their mouth. Yeah, I'm saying older person, like somebody maybe in their 70s or 80s. Hey, you talk somebody in 40 or damn 50s. And they act like they just old, man, still got a lot of life ahead of them. And they start reflecting, man, and act like it's the end of the day. I really want you guys to understand. I don't care if you're 45, 50 years old. You ain't looking to die tomorrow. So if you want to go to law school at age 50, go. If you're going to be working at the same job, you 50 years old, think about it. If you're going to be working at the same job 3 to 4, 5 years from then, and you really have no plans of doing a certain thing, but you really got aspirations, man, I want to go be a lawyer, I want to do this, that, and that. And if you know it's going to take you a couple years to go through law school, why the hell don't you? Don't put them limitations on yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. You have to take it upon yourself to control your own destiny. And when you make decisions to not do something, you got to just be able to live with it. You got to be able to live with it. A lot of folks just really don't want to live with it. They want to make sure they can blame as many people as possible for why things didn't happen for them in their life. And I think if you can take advantage and control your own destiny and make decisions where you can control yourself, again, I'm not trying to tell everybody, go ahead and start your own damn business or do certain things like that. I'm not saying that. But I am saying make sure you're controlling your own destiny by adding value to yourself. So if things don't go a certain way for you and you feel like somebody mistreating you in a certain situation, you can move. You don't need to feel like, man, this age and where can I go? I've been doing this 20, 30 years. Shit, but BS, you can go somewhere else. You can do something different. Don't ever because when people know how you feel. So if they got the feeling that you feel like you can't do nothing else or you can't leave, they're going to treat you like that. They'll do you like that in business. They'll do you like that in personal relationships, everything. And they're going to mistreat you. So always concentrate on putting yourself in a position where you're constantly improving yourself. You're constantly adding value to yourself. You're constantly protecting yourself, and you constantly controlling your future and your destiny. Hey, listen, this is Deonte Burden. Tonight's show we talked about not asking for things, don't ask for things before you try it yourself. It's been a great show. I appreciate everybody tuned in. And just to circle back with everything, make sure you go to Changing Lives on YouTube. We're on Facebook as well. Like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page. Got over 180 videos on the Changing Lives page. Also, we got Project 500 going on with Mr. Short Dollar. Go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to end the month of April with 500 subscribers. We're at 190 right now, so I hope everybody tuned in. Go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, on all videos on the pages. Also, you can also go to my business page, booking a free appointment. I'm giving out free consulting appointments. Y'all know me in the word free don't work too well because I charge. So I'm giving free 10-minute sessions where you can ask me any personal finance business question. You want to talk about personal development, you want to talk about starting your own business, you want to start asking a question about the stimulus program, different things that are well from that we can go over in 10 minutes and everything. Ask me, feel free to it. I got that. I'm giving that out to you guys free of charge. Also, hopefully, I'm trying to do it every Tuesday, probably for the next month or so. Stream for about an hour on Tuesday afternoons. I don't know if I'm going to do it 6 to 7 or 7 to 8. I'll put that out this weekend, but I'll be doing it on my personal page, Facebook page, and also my personal Instagram page. All links for everything are at the bottom of the videos. All my sites and everything. Lastly, you guys know I'm an accountant by profession. Been in business 19 years. We're on Majestic Business Services. We are a business service firm. We're pretty much a one-stop shop for small businesses where we do bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll, all your business startup services, where we do the incorporations, the consultants, and everything. If you want to start a business up, maintain the business, we hold your hand from the beginning, hold it through the process and everything. We do straight forecasting, all kind of budget analysis, forecasting, financial statements, everything. Anything a small business would need, that's what we do for you at Majestic Business Services. You can reach us on the web at www.majesticbiz.com. The number there is 678-479-4007. Again, all contact information at the bottom of all the videos via on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you didn't get anything, everything is there. But most important, please, guys, we're really trying to build out this email listing. So make sure you go on, hit your information in the email list. We're going to add to the email list. So especially with, starting in May, we got the newsletters going out every month. And every quarter, we keep you abreast of what's going on, and a lot of good information being included with it. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks again for all the support. Be safe out there. I want everybody to make sure, you're staying healthy, your family staying healthy, and you keep on watching Changing Lives. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.